So, as you might have noticed, we have a big collection of fruits today. Originally, I was just going to pick this one pineapple. I went to the beach yesterday trying to find a good spot for me to make the video on it, but I ended up just enjoying the atmosphere and the ambiance. I gave myself a real day to just relax and enjoy my last real day of spring break. My classes start up again tomorrow, so this will be the final video. I'm thinking we just do one fruit every 10 minutes. I started making this video yesterday on the beach, but I just didn't care. Now I kind of do because I felt bad that I didn't finish it because I did research on this one specifically. The other two, the other five, I didn't at all. So I guess that's the challenge today. Prior to this, it's been 1 hour, 3 minutes of researched information I could relate to you, and the rest is just freestyle. How much can I talk about this one thing I don't know too much about for 10 minutes? Maybe 5, because I got to cut it open and then eat it. Which I got to figure out how I'm going to set that up, but I just want to start it up and see how it goes. So, pineapples are native to South America. When the Europeans came over in the 1600s, they thought these were a very interesting delicacy. So they shipped over a whole bunch of them back to Europe, but a lot of them became rotten. And they had a hard time growing them in Europe because the climate just didn't suit pineapples. It takes about 2 years to grow a full pineapple from the plant, and at most the plants can only grow up to 3 or 4 pineapples. And the first pineapple they grow is the biggest. The rest are just way smaller. So in Europe, because they couldn't grow them, they liked its sweet taste. They called it pineapple because it looks like a pine cone with all the spikes on the side of it. I don't get the apple part. I don't think they do either. But although it's considered the biggest berry, because it's a collection of berries, it's still scientifically a fruit. But yeah, in Europe, they didn't have too many of these. So they costed around $8,000 in today's currency. So royalty would put them up as props for parties. And it was a fashion statement. People would rent out pineapples just to carry around in the streets as a show of status. I got this pineapple March 20th when I got that tomato. The other 5 I just got yesterday. Not expecting ShopRite to have so many exotic fruits in the fruit and vegetable aisle. We'll get to that later. But pineapples. At first, I thought they grew in the sea because of SpongeBob. Why else would a sea creature live in a pineapple unless pineapples grew in the water? And in the show, his house was orange. But on all the advertisements, like a Pliable, that's a yellow pineapple. This one's green because it's not totally ripe yet. But you can see at some parts, it began to turn yellow until it got cut off on the butt here. I don't know how I'm going to end up taking a bite out of this thing. I'm going to throw it into some woods after this. I can't just trash it. I'm back at college, so I had to find a new location to do this. Also, we don't gotta totally dedicate ourselves to 10 minutes per fruit. I just forgot to make a tier list. It just struck me last night. Because when I was doing that pineapple video on the beach, I thought I just didn't really care that much. I didn't plan it to be a grand finale or anything, but there's a time and place for stuff like this. And I think on a very lazy day, before classes pick up again, I think today was way better to do it. And that 1 day break in between the failed attempt and this one gave me a couple more ideas and more time to get more fruits. But pineapple, because it definitely is a fruit. I know it's going to be really sweet. Really quickly though, we got the tier list. For reference, I have one Halo I took from home. Not expecting me to do this, but I want to say, and don't forget they're tangerines. I called it the orange video. Totally just talked about oranges for the entire time. I think oranges are a tier below tangerines. Just because tangerines, you can easily take them apart and get into the good stuff. And I don't think the compact juices inside of this thing fly out nearly as much as with oranges, because oranges, they get all crazy with the stuff on the interior. They're not well contained. So I'm gonna put, I don't know how to spell tangerine, so I'll just put Halos. I'll put orange in orange in A. So what was next? Strawberry? Is this reversed, by the way? It might be, whatever. Strawberry, I hate those seeds. The seeds in the tomatoes weren't even that bad because the whole thing just tasted like a more liquidy version of ketchup, which was pleasantly surprising. It makes a lot of sense because ketchup is made of tomatoes, but you don't know until you try. You could have put 2 and 2 together, but you got to try it to really find the true answer. But those seeds didn't taste so bad. Strawberries, those seeds are crunchy, and I don't like it when things are crunchy. It's sweet. It was very sweet, but definitely a gross botanic kind of sweet. It's like if I walked outside and started eating the grass, but someone put chocolate sprinkles all over it. I wouldn't hate the taste of it because the chocolate hides the grassy taste, but that grassy taste just really turns me off, and they do not complement each other. That's the main thing I was trying to get at. The crunch of the seeds do not complement the sweet inside of it. But they're not totally terrible. I can definitely see it being a required taste. That's the wrong word for it. Not required. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. Halo's orange, strawberry, and then it was apple. Apples are crunchy. Apple with the skin on it, I'm not a big fan. When you take it off, I do like how it tastes. Has a slight hint of sourness. The seeds have cyanide in them. That's interesting. Overall, I say it's a B. It's not too bad. It goes well with peanuts. Apple juice is an S tier. Apple sauce. Apples have a lot of versatility. Even the base apple isn't even so bad, and you can turn it into a lot of different things. After that, we had bananas. That's got to be an S tier. They have a hint of sweetness too. I think a lot of fruits do, but it's like a healthy kind of sweet. It's mushy. Well, maybe it can't be an S tier. They're very great for you. High in potassium. I heard they help with cramps somehow. And easy to unpack. You really can't eat a banana and expect it to get messy, you know? It's one of the rare kinds of fruits that come pre-packaged. Every fruit has an outer layer, but you kind of have to dig in from unintended angles, you know? Like you gotta grip into the side and then peel off the skin. But with bananas, you know exactly where to do it, the peel. No juices come flying out. You just eat the banana. However, that mushy taste, that mushy texture, sometimes it puts me off because it's like, it's not nearly as solid of a meal that I'm typically used to. I think, how do you explain that? Because when you have a really bad gag reflex, mushy stuff, certain kinds of liquids or unsavory tastes messes with your gag reflex. But it's not just that. I think whatever you call that, that knocks it down a tier. But I have bananas every single day, usually every single morning, but banana, oh, I spelled it wrong. Whatever. I put banana with 4 A's in it. I know how to spell this stuff, but big deal. Then we had tomatoes. It's hardly a fruit, only because it has seeds inside of it. That's what makes it a fruit, not a vegetable. Again, it was shockingly tasty. Tasted like ketchup. Pleasantly surprised by the outcome of it, but I would never again eat it by itself unless I was really desperate for that kind of taste. But I never would be desperate for that kind of taste because I feel like, especially in America, you're very commonly gonna use or have the opportunity to add tomatoes or ketchup on like half of the meals in the country. So tomatoes serve best complementing something in a meal, either as an aside to the main dish or as a complementary ingredient. By itself, I want to say it's a D. I want to say it's a D. But that seems a little too harsh. I'll just say it's a D. We're at 13 minutes in. That killed some time. Okay, it's really, really hot today because the sun is like glaring in my face. And I'm trapped in this black car. So it's gonna collect all the heat and hold it in. Hopefully not burn me alive. It's only 60 degrees out today too. I can't believe it feels this hot. It's gonna be messy. I've only tried pineapples a handful of times. I just realized I can't chew gum throughout the whole video if I'm gonna do this. Take off this Minecraft tag. And if this comes out too bad, the video, I don't really care. Because either way, I never would have given myself the opportunity to try out all these different kinds of fruits that I might have never had otherwise. And you don't even know what they're called yet, but we'll get to that. I don't really know how to get into this. I might just cut off the leaf here. I only got a butter knife too, so I'm making this a way harder on myself than I needed to. It's like I got a zipper. Yeah, but pineapples, my only basis of knowing them was from SpongeBob. Thought they were grown in the water, but they're mainly grown in South America, even today. Today they cost like $2 or $3 per pineapple. Very sweet. Usually you see them chopped up into little squares, packaged up near the watermelon and kiwis. And I think I'm making a square myself. We're picking the hardest one first for a reason. Because after this, it'll get way better. Just trust me. I got it. I guess you could make a house out of it. If anything, it's like plankton if he lived in a pineapple. Even on my skin, the pineapple juice feels sweet. If you could imagine that. This whole thing is completely solid, full of the chunky pineapple stuff. I guess it's not chunky, it's more mushy than anything. But here's what I carved out. So let's dig in. And here's a seed, that small little thing. Look at that sun. There's a seed right there. So it's definitely a fruit. I never would have seen that if I didn't do this. Yeah. It tastes, you know what? You heard how your taste buds change every 7, or maybe it's every 7 to 14 years. I used to really not like how sweet these things tasted. Even though it's the same consistency as a watermelon, it tastes a little more chunky, a little more compact. But maybe that's because it's straight from the fruit and not from the little boxes, you know? Or it's a different kind of pineapple. Maybe because it's not as ripe. But I don't mind how sweet it is. I'm getting so red, by the way. I'm just happy I got water. I'm not gonna drive either, but I'm honestly gonna say maybe we need a second bite. It's shockingly sweet. It doesn't make too much sense. Most fruits have a hint of sweetness and then a mix of other different various tastes. But this one specifically, it just tastes sweet, very sweet. So I might say, well, I guess we'll have to see the list. I got a whole roll of paper towels. So I'll just put them on the ground and then dump them in the woods later. It's a good thing that that's legal. And the animals could eat them. Where's my Sharpie? It's right here. So halos in S, orange bananas in A, apples in B, strawberries in C, tomatoes in D. I want to say they're definitely better than pineapples. Strawberries were really sweet too, shockingly. But those seeds really put me off. So definitely, I think pineapples are above strawberries, but maybe not apple. Maybe on the same tier as apple. So I'll do that. They're way different from each other, pineapples and apples, which shouldn't be the case. However, I'm with it. Yeah, so much for 10 minutes per fruit. Up next, I don't even know what the hell these things are called, by the way. Green chayote squash. I want to guess this thing is from South America again. It looks just like a pear, and it looks just like the angry squash from Plants vs. Zombies, the one that's really fat, and when zombies walk to it, it jumps up high and then totally crushes them. But after it does that, it dies and disappears. Just now, this makes a whole lot of sense to me, because squash, when something squashes something else, it flattens them out. Like squash, you know? It's so goddamn hot. I guess that's part of the public speaking challenge today. I'm guessing South America. What was this thing called again? Green chayote. Okay, chayote. What's a chayote? It's very lumpy. These aren't just random darkened colorations on the side of it. These are lumps. These are lumps on the sides. They have their own unique texture. It has a butt with one flap. It's pretty disturbing. Green chayote. Green chayote. Like realistically, if you had to go up on a stage and someone said, they told you to have a 10-minute speech about a topic that you had no idea about, no understanding or knowledge about, and it's like 100 degrees outside. So they told you, give a 10-minute speech about a green chayote. Tell me its historical origins. Where does it air from? And how is it used today? How do they circulate in the world today? Gotta lower this down. It's way better. Green chayote. There's gotta be something you could say about it. Look how red I'm getting, bro. Green chayote. Che. Oat. It's not spelled like oats. The little brown things. Chayote. Instead of O-A-T, it's O-T-E. And it's green. It's a green chayote squash. So I'm guessing there's other colors of chayotes. It's either there's different colors of squashes or different colors of chayotes. Or squash is the central thing. Usually in ShopRite, the most common form of squashes are the big, not even that big. I say this is the base of it, but then it's like, then it turns skinny. It turns sort of phallic shape. So that's a base form squash, yellow squash. Like apple, red apple is like the base form apple, most commonly seen, most commonly bought in circulation, at least in my country. So green chayote squash. A green squash is just that same commonly adored squash, but just the color green. So an orange chayote squash is just this, but orange. I just want to guess chayote might just be the shape of the squash. And maybe that affects taste, texture, the way it's grown. Just like with tomatoes, because there's big round tomatoes that look just like this, but maybe a little bit bigger. They're grown differently than tomato berries, which is still in the same family of tomatoes, but they're far smaller. But nothing really changes about them scientifically, just the size of everything. But who knows? Green chayote squash. Paper towels. It's really a beautiful day out today. It was out yesterday too. I just missed the rain going to that beach. I first went to Long Branch trying to find a more secluded spot, nowhere near the boardwalk or a bunch of houses, because you can't bring food onto the beach, so I couldn't be presenting a pineapple for the whole hour. So I went down to Asbury Park and kept going down and down until I sort of gave up, and I went onto YouTube and asked it. I just put in best beaches in New Jersey. I watched a couple of videos, pretty rapid fire, and I found one that was Island Beach State Park, New Jersey. A state park. It's like a national park, but only in New Jersey. And just like other state or national parks, they preserve the environment. No houses, no boardwalks. I don't care if there's people there. There's people here, I don't really mind. I just need some privacy where no one's gonna like interfere with this. But even so, if someone asked what I was doing, I would definitely ask them their thoughts on the subject of conversation. But Governor Chris Christie in 2017 hid on Island Beach State Park to hide from the public during the 2017 government shutdown. So I thought, that guy is probably a smart politician. He might make stupid mistakes, but he has some kind of intelligence that's far better than my judgment, what I can do. And he hid there. He got caught, but he still hid there. It must have some privacy that could really benefit me. So I went there. Even though it said it was closed on Google Maps, don't always trust that. It was totally open. $5 to get in. It's a 15-mile long peninsula. You could walk from side to side in 5 minutes, but it's 15 miles down. 9 different ecosystems. They got sea turtles, red foxes, and a bunch of different trails. Bird watching place. No chayotes though. And no pineapples either. They don't grow in the ocean. I just wished they clarified that in SpongeBob, because I believe that was the case for the longest time. I think until high school. Or I might have never even questioned it. Where do pineapples grow? They grow underwater. That's SpongeBob's house. But no one talks about chayotes. I think with pineapples, they wouldn't be nearly as popular today if it wasn't for SpongeBob. Chayotes don't have any lore, no story. Nothing lore related accompanying this sort of thing. So let's just dig into it and maybe make up some lore. So the juice is green. Apparently, coconuts Actually, I'm not sure. I think coconuts are fruit. But did you know that palm trees, the things that coconuts grow from, aren't actually trees? They're just a big plant, and someone guessing that palm trees were trees called it palm trees, and we still call them trees because we don't. Oh my God, you saw it fling across the thing? I'm not getting that. I'll get that later. But here's the interior. It's like a little, Coco melon? They just carved a square into a melon and then there was a TV face in it. That's like this. But I got to get a better piece than that. It looks just like a pear. And I have a pear here. I might just jump to that next. I wonder how differently they're going to taste. Because they look practically the same. I'm hoping these are fruits. Google said they were, but I don't see any seeds in here. But I'll just hold out hope. I made a tea. This is the squash. It's pretty tart. I wouldn't say it's sour. Again, a lot of these fruits have a very small hint of sweetness. But that's the base of it. Tart, sweet, and nothing else. This is the most bland fruit I've ever had. There's no personality in it. It's like I'm chewing gum or like bubble wrap because it's definitely crunchy like an apple. But I don't see any reason why you would get squashes. They wouldn't complement anything in any meal. Maybe the texture, but you can just get the texture of an apple or a pear. And they'll do the exact same thing as this, texture-wise, but at least with those fruits, you'll actually get a genuine taste. It's like he's not trying hard enough to stand out from his brothers. Where's my, okay. Green chayote squash. I'll just put chayote squash. But because it was so bland, it wasn't even bad. It was just like, don't love it or hate it. But because I don't have any strong feelings about it, it's like they don't serve a purpose. This is the one fruit that I think doesn't mean anything to anybody. You can still live off of it if you need to eat it. I won't complain. Yeah, so I guess it's mid-tier. But it's not as bad as strawberries. I really should have put strawberries in D tier. I'm going to change that. Strawberries are down with tomatoes in D. And chayote squash is in C. Those might really be a vegetable. I hope to God they're not. But we're only 2 down and more than halfway done. This is a pear. I don't think I ever had one. My parents might have tried to feed me one at one point, but because I didn't mind eating apples, they thought I would like eating a pear. So either I tried it, and I didn't like it so much that I never tried it again, or I just never tried it because I was afraid I wouldn't like it. But these things are almost always seen in the fruit aisle next to apples or bananas. because it's really just a green apple, but shaped a little differently. It's like you could perfectly draw a face on it. It's like a snowman with two parts of the body, you know? Like eyes, and then, that might be it actually. You know, eyes and then maybe mouth here or up top here. It's like the head and then the body, you know? So pears, besides the annoying orange, I never see pears represented in media. People definitely gotta like them though. Is my car still on? People gotta like them because of how commonly they're seen and bought. I see pears at my friend's house, but my parents don't get them. So maybe they don't like them either. I want to guess and say, I want to guess that these will be a pleasant surprise and will have the same consistency of an apple, because you can see the little bit of a little piece that got cut out there. It looks just like the inside of an apple. It's just the outside looks slightly different. It's a little beat up on this side, but it's really not so bad. It's not in that bad of a condition. Pear. In Victorious, the characters were in high school and they always used their phones to text and stuff like that. They didn't want to have iPhones in the show, so they pivoted and made their own fake phone device for it, and they called it the Pear phone. Just a fun little fact. It took me a long time to put that together. iPhone, Pear phone. You don't want to represent Apple for whatever reason. Just like with eating apples, you could just eat it through the skin, but I'm not going to do that. I'll cut its head off real quick. Solid all the way through. So I'll try to get a chunk out from this side. Pear. We're reaching the seed. Okay, here's something really strange. You see how this side's really white and fluffy, and this side's more compact? I wonder why that is. Because they're definitely two different looking things. The seed's in there, you can already tell. It almost is exactly like an apple. A little more sour, but not too much to the point where it's overshadowing the hint of sweetness. It's less compact, less chunky. It's like half and half the consistency of an apple and banana. Surprisingly smooth. This might be better than an apple, if I'm being honest. Maybe not. I really can't tell. That is the strangest thing. That's so strange. It's like an apple, but like some parts I don't like about it are altered. But just because the stuff I didn't like is missing. It's replaced by other stuff that I can't even put into words. That's not even that great. It's just different. So it's the same tier as apple. It's just like a different breed of apple. I wouldn't blame scientists and research if they just totally what do you call it? If they totally assessed pears as apples in the same family. But not bad. Practically the same thing. Got about 20 minutes to do 3. That's not bad at all. What do we got next? Peppino melon. That's this thing. So, usually at ShopRite, I avoid the self-checkout and just go to the people who scan your food and put them into bags and ask for your card. Even though that takes longer and I'm making somebody work, that's the only, I have to do that if I want to use my free $200 that Rowan gives me for dinery stuff. I think it's with my meal plan. A couple stores are Rowan affiliated. If you can only use the Rowan bucks at those stores, so ShopRite's one of them. If I want to get that Rowan card money scanned, I gotta talk to the people first. But I didn't do that today because I didn't want to tell them I don't know exactly what all of these things are called. And they might ask why you're getting these fruits, and I'll just be like, I don't know, man. I'm just getting these fruits. I almost didn't make this video. I was like, what if I just try these out? I'm happy I'm doing this because I promised I would do it. But because I'm in college again, I'm back to like the lock-in mindset. And I love being in this mindset. But man, melons. Oh yeah. I tried to type in Peppino melon inside of the self-checkout machine, but I kept either misspelling it or it wasn't in the system. So I just pressed any other melon. I'm sure no one else would notice that it's just a different kind of melon, because there's different kinds of melons that look just like this, but they're called different things. So I picked something that looked similar to it by looking up melon. And it costed $8, which was ridiculous because this costed $2. So I took it off, and then the lady went up to me and she was like, what are you trying to cancel? I'm trying to cancel this, I said. She was like, you know what it's called? I said, I have it in my notepad. I have it in my notepad. This is what it's called. But it's not on here. And then she had to get some other guy to figure it out. He couldn't do it either. So then they had to go to the fruit aisle to find it and then tell me what to type in, what number code. And I was like, I told them, I'm trying out new fruits. And they said, okay, well, I never even heard half of these things before. And I work in a place where these things exist every day. So I guess that's cool. Because now I might, you know what, I won't. Because I'm not going to get pineapples, pears, or chayote squashes again. I'm just sticking to halos and bananas. The only two things in S and A tier. Oranges too, but they're pretty much halos. Just different size and more juicy. What's this thing again? Like, it's so forgettable. Peppino melon. It's like a white raisin, but on steroids. We're gonna be pushing it past the hour minute mark. Well, it's not strongly put together. It's almost like it's a raisin. Here's a cross section, a bunch of fruits in there. None on this side. I don't think I'm gonna like this. So I'm just gonna guess that these things are in the melon family. So they might have the same consistency as watermelon, the stuff I used to like. And I might get an allergic reaction to it, but I took my allergy pill this morning. So I should be fine. But I'm good off the pineapple. I'm good off, actually I think I had a different kind of watermelon over Christmas and I didn't get any reaction. So this should be fine, either way. Yeah, it's just like watermelon. Same consistency, again. But almost like with the squash, there's no sweetness to it. There's a very small hint of it. Maybe an ounce, maybe a little baby drop of sourness. But outside of that, it's squishy. Almost like a banana. Just a little more compact and wet. But it's still boring and bland. In comparison to oranges and how tangy they are, how much they demand your presence, these things, they don't do too much for me. But again, it's not bad. I want to say, though, it might be a B tier. It's either just as good as a chayote squash or apples and pears. Who knows? Let's just say it is. Oh man, that's difficult. Pepino melon. Pepino melon. I'll say C. We'll do dragon fruit last. Star fruit. If you guys play Stardew Valley, which I don't anymore, but during COVID I did. We couldn't go outside. I wanted a slice of life game I could enjoy. Meet these virtual people that don't exist, but it's fun to play along and explore the world, get into it. Really feel pulled into the environments, and at the core of it, it was a farming game. And the most expensive crop you could have was star fruits, I think. There were drinks named after star fruits. I think items that were really good named after star fruits. And outside of that, and having it being shaped like a star, I didn't expect them to be this long. I thought, if star fruits really existed, I thought, would they really look like this? I didn't think they would be so long. But it definitely is. So I'm just going to do that. I'll hurry along with this because I don't really have too many stories with this one and the last dragon fruit. I wonder what the right way to open this is. I guess it's like outside apple slices, you know? If I can just cut off from the side here, then I'll have a bootleg apple slice. And I think that was the way to do it because the center thing here goes all the way down. The stem goes throughout the entire fruit, which I haven't seen before. Usually it stops in the middle, the pit. but it didn't do that here. Holy shit. I never had something so incredibly sour before. Why are they sour? If sweet stuff grows in South Africa or South America, a lot of sweet stuff does. Where the hell do you grow something so sour? Because I can still taste the sourness. Like, it's really strong. Going from two boring fruits to this is like night and day. It's almost just like that sour candy. Like, they package sour candy like it's really gonna it's really gonna make your body freak out. Because you're not gonna be able to handle how sour this thing is. And it is pretty sour, those candies, but not nearly as bad as it is advertised. This tastes just like that candy on the sourness scale. I kind of like it. It's not a refreshing snack, but it's a nice change of pace. And I think diversity is the best thing you can possibly have. Some things are boring, some things are brutally honest about themselves, like oranges. Banana is unique in its texture. These things definitely stick out in their own special ways, and although I typically don't like sour stuff, somehow with the texture, it still tastes like an apple, the texture. I think we need more stuff like this. Change up the pace. I'm pleasantly surprised by that. So I'm gonna give it a B tier. It's gonna be hard to beat orange and bananas. But I think that's still more than well deserved. Maybe star fruit and an A, but I still couldn't do it because bananas and oranges and halos. Let me know if you disagree with some of these. But on to the last one. I've had these before. It's been 10 months since I last had one. I first had my first dragon fruit in a Cambodian market. Some lady told me, take it. It's $1. Here they're $4. American money costs a lot over there. She even told me how to peel it because I was like, can I just try new stuff? What is your best product? And she told me, here, take a fruit. She told me how to peel it off and how to eat it. They call it dragon fruit because from certain angles it looks like dragon scales. And the origins of that are from Vietnam. So I guess it's similar to a banana in that way, in which you're supposed to peel it. But it's really difficult. And this thing is pretty deceptive because the inside is it's like a really bright purple. It's like an artificial fruit you see on TikTok. Trying to say like science discovered groundbreaking discoveries in the Amazon. This fruit can cure cancer. And it's like totally AI slop, but this thing is real. Okay, now I got it. Even further in, it's white, which now that it's coming back to me, I do think I remember that. Because the purple stuff is just part of the skin, I think. Oh my God, yeah. It's almost like a coconut. The last time I had it, I really didn't mind it. Just like with that star fruit, it was just, I couldn't believe that fruits could taste so differently than how everything I've had in the past tasted like. These things have like a bunch of strawberry seeds in the bottom. It's what they look like. Obviously, they're dragon fruit seeds, but they look just like strawberry seeds. This thing just keeps going. 10 out of 10 package. You could throw these around and not expect it to break. Oh my God, there's so many seeds in here. Look at that. Like, what a grand thing to open. It's like so well packaged and colorful. But these things were first grown in South America too. South America has so many different fruits just because of their environment, the weather. Okay, that's weird. Dude, that's so strange. That tastes like eating glue with pencil lead all throughout it. It's like mixing glue and water. That wasn't good at all. I really don't like that. But like with everything else, it's a little sweet. It's extremely, extremely mushy and liquidy. For packaging, it's a 10 out of 10. Beautifully put together fruit. But to have such a mid product in between. It didn't. That got me so hyped up. And that wasn't it. I want to say it's like a D or an E. But again, it was bland too. Like no strong taste. Just like the texture made me uncomfortable. So it's a D. Kick-ass name. Beautifully designed casing. But a bad product. It's like if you bought wine from a long time ago, like pirates put them into barrels and they rolled up on your beach and you brought it home. The wine itself is going to taste horrible, but having that barrel from pirates, it's still untouched. It's just in your possession. That has far more value and, I guess, emotional attachment than drinking wine. Drinking it away, you're wasting it. Totally dismantling the beautifully aged barrel. You can see the time. You can see the age on it. Whatever, man. I'm ready to get back to work. Hope you guys liked the change of pace today. I thought it was okay. I have some ideas for the future in the summer, but I'm not going to make any promises. If I feel like I have an idea, I'm passionate about it, and it's going to be fun to make, then I'll do it. There were definitely some surprises today. Starfruit was the biggest. I just can't believe pineapples were that sweet. And chayote squash would be so bland, and same as the melon. I don't know. But I guess to wrap this all up, it's important to try new things. Even if you're not good at it at first, just keep going, see what you can make of it. Make sure you properly prepare yourself beforehand. Don't park where it's really sunny and hot outside. Bring water if you're going to be talking for a while. And ultimately, have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. And whenever I get back to making these, I'll let you guys know. So, yeah. Thank you. Have a good day.